So the day is finally here. After over a year since the short's been completed, I've officially released my award-winning short film, Silent Heart, on the internet, YouTube, Vimeo, everywhere. Now I say award-winning, and I know I haven't mentioned this in a videolog, but Silent Heart played in the Monaco Charity Film Festival recently. It actually picked up an award for, it does not focus, Student Film Award Best Fiction 2012. Silent Heart actually also picked up, during its festival run, it picked up a Best of Fest award, which is actually a festival called Best of Fest. Kind of confusing. For those of you that have been watching my videologs every week for the last year, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of how this short came to be. I was actually down in San Diego picking up an award for Lukewarm at the California Film Awards, and I stopped by on the way back at my friend Jameson Jordan's house. Now Jameson Jordan was the guy that actually wrote Lukewarm, and he's had a big hand in all of the projects I've actually done over the course of my career. And we're sitting down watching some NFL, and I was telling him about some ideas I had for a reel out. Because of this uniqueness of this festival, I really wanted to play with the concepts of silence and music. From that, it kind of fleshed out. I wrote a draft, and officially Silent Heart was created. So the next step, once the script was all done, was getting the funding. And unlike Lukewarm, which I funded by winning a contest, I had no money to spend on Silent Heart. So we decided to create a Kickstarter page. And this Kickstarter page's goal was $3,000, and we actually were able to, through a lot of hard work, raise $3,300, which worked out because Kickstarter actually takes a chunk of your earnings. So the funds were raised and everything was in line. So we got a big crew together. I brought on Orlando as a DP, and I've worked with Orlando on administration before. I brought on Leo, my go-to composer, for the score, and I cast Nadia and Garrett. So Nadia was a dancer, but the problem was she didn't know sign language. Now Garrett is an actor, and the problem with that is that he actually doesn't play violin. So getting it started early, Nadia learned the mannerisms of the ASL community, and Garrett learned kind of the makeshift of how to play his violin. So it looks like he's playing violin. And both of them, when it came time to shooting, both of them showed up big. Now my friend Jasmine, she did the production design.
She's made me look wonderful.
And you'll notice the title cards, which is completely 100% her. Now we had actually a choreographer, Tina, who took Leo's music, so Leo finished his score, and Tina took that music and actually choreographed a full dance for Nadia to do it. She worked with Nadia one-on-one. So actually, as a whole, this project was a lot more work than it looks like, but it was a big collective effort. There was a lot of people working together, so that way when it came time to shoot, everything was in line. And it really, as far as shoots go, is one of the smoothest shoots I've ever had. We were shooting on 16mm because that is what Reel Loud requires. And thanks to Travis Coles, who actually edited it and spent, I think, over 30 hours cutting the physical film. So actually building up to the day of the Reel Loud, the film was finished, everything was ready. Now Leo came up, and we actually had an orchestra play this music live. So we had a couple practices beforehand, and he conducted along with the movie. And it was really cool to see all of his music come to life. So the day of the big performance comes, and it was projected out of focus. And that was probably the most painful thing I've ever experienced, and that meant you couldn't, as an audience member, read any of the text. And hearing people come up to me afterwards saying like, "Hey, I loved your film, but why didn't you shoot in focus?" I was just like... So following the screening, which was kind of disappointing, we decided to get the film ready for festivals. So we went down to Photocam and actually got it telecine. What telecine means is basically it takes the 16mm film and it turns it into a digital copy. So once that was done, we compiled a longer cut because Reel Loud had a time limit, about 2 minutes longer than the Reel Loud cut. And Leo rescored it, Travis recompiled the digital version. But anyways, we submitted off to festivals, and actually the first festival we got into was the Santa Barbara International Film Festival, which is a festival that I really love. You know, it was amazing to see the film as it was meant to be seen. And after that, I was able to pick up a couple awards, and here we are at the internet release. I think you've noticed I've been linking to a bunch of different videos and videologs that I've kind of corresponded with what my story was talking about. A couple I didn't link to are 2 behind-the-scenes videologs. One was for the intro dance practice room scene, and the other one was for the finale scene. These both will give you kind of an idea of what it was like to be on set and to see how everything kind of came together. There's a third one actually that I'm going to link to, which is also a kind of a blooper, if you will, of the big beach dance scene. And this actually originally started up above the beach, but you'll see why that didn't work out. So now you know the full story. So at the end of it all, I'm really proud of this project. I'm happy I'm finally able to share it with everyone, and I hope that you all enjoy it. So I'm officially releasing Silent Heart. Over a year later, here it is. Silent Heart. Now, one thing I'm going to talk about before I close, before this ends, you know, I've talked about a lot of things. I actually have a project coming up, which is a music video, which is kind of in the same vein as Silent Heart. And the Kickstarter page for that will be coming up shortly in the next couple days. Keep checking back for that. That's a really exciting project that I know if we reach our goal, we can make an amazing music video. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the short. Subscribe.